Welcome to the Finding the Magic podcast, where books come alive. I'm Tricia Copeland, a fiction author and host of this show. If you love books, finding great reads, and hearing about the story behind the story directly from the authors, this is the place for you. Whether you like fantasy, science fiction, dystopian, or romance titles, I think you'll find something to love in my playlist. Listen in to discover something magical about a book or two today. Welcome, Heather.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
Today we have Heather Ogden. She is a fantasy author. Her first book is The Lies We Fear, dark fantasy, political intrigue, and family legacy. I'm so excited. Dive in, tell us about the characters, the world, the magic, all the things.
Yes, I'm super excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. So what is the premise of the book and who are the main characters?
So the Betrayal is the first book in the series.
Okay.
It follows Angelette Arabella. She's the daughter of a powerful dictator. It's set in a modern yet authoritarian country that's laced with magic and secrets.
Okay.
She begins to uncover the truth, but as she does, she learns about her family's control, more specifically about her father's control, and she has to choose whether or not she wants to be loyal or to have that freedom. It's at the bare bones of it, it's a story about manipulation and love and the courage it takes to face the truth when the world you've ever known is built on lies.
That sounds hard. So is it more of an urban fantasy feel then? You said it's contemporary times.
Yes, so the main city of Libertas is actually based on places like Chicago, New York City, big cities, tall skyscrapers.
Okay. But they don't live in our world though. They live in a
No,
different world.
no,
Okay.
this is an entirely constructed world of my own imagination.
Oh, okay, fine. And you said there's magic. Can you tell us about the magic and how that works?
So the magic is something that has been kept hidden from the people for a very long time. And in the first book, The Betrayal, Angelette kind of starts discovering about it, like specifically that it is biological. Everyone has it. It's just you have to basically unlock it.
Okay. And how do you unlock it? Is that something we can know, or do you have to read the book to get that? Is that too much to give away?
I mean, it's stated in the first book. There's
Okay.
in order to not give too much away, there's a ritual that they have to undergo, and
Okay.
later, the specific materials needed for the ritual are not present, so it's a matter of having to find said material.
Oh, okay. So I'm guessing that this authoritarian father has the magic and knows all this information, is not sharing that information with other people in order to keep the control, right?
Yes, absolutely. He dictates only a select few people to know, because in the first chapter, he gets outraged that his wife somehow has magic.
Ooh.
Completely outraged. Like she's not supposed to have it, but yet his assistant Porter is allowed to have it.
Okay. And how old is the daughter?
In the beginning of the book, she starts out as 10.
Oh, wow.
There's an event that happens to her when she is 12 or 13. I can't exactly remember the age, but it's around there.
Mhm.
Um,
Okay, so this is like more middle. Do you consider it a middle grade book or what
this
age
is
range?
so this is mainly a high school to college book just because of the themes that it deals with.
Okay.
Because I do show snippets of what is called the re-education facility, where people are essentially go to be brainwashed.
Okay, that's
So,
digging deeper here. And
yeah.
so is this something that happens to everyone all the time, or is this something happens that selective people are brainwashed?
It happens selectively to specific individuals who tend to question Valerius.
Okay, I was gonna say, is this like the pretties where everyone turns pretty at age 16 or something like that? But no, this is yeah, punishment for doing something the person doesn't
Yeah.
want
And
done.
it's not limited to the general populace either. In the first chapter, Scarlet gets taken there, his wife.
Ooh,
And later,
because she uses
yeah,
magic. Oh,
because
oh.
she finds out, she's questioning, she's trying to turn against him, and that in his world is not allowed.
Okay, so in the first book, The Betrayal, what is the main, is it written from first person point of view or third? What are we looking at here?
It is written from a third person point of
Okay.
view. And a slight fun fact, despite the fact that the betrayal has two different point of views, one from Angelette and one from Valerius, it is not from either of them. It is written from a third person in the story.
Oh, okay. Neat. Okay, so what is Angelette's main goal in The Betrayal?
So in the betrayal specifically, her main goal is to essentially make the decision of if she wants to side with her father or if she doesn't.
Okay.
She uncovers the basis of what he's beginning to hide. I mean, the biggest being magic, but then slowly knowing that some bits of history are also being erased and rewritten.
And I would think that she'd be frustrated that her mother was taken away. And I mean, does her mother come back to them, or does she remember them at all, or is she just sent somewhere else after she has her memories erased?
So that is not revealed in the first book.
Oh, okay. Well, you don't want to
It's
give too much away then.
yeah, it is revealed in later books, but I'd like to remain that spoiler free.
Right. And how many of these books have been published?
So currently this is the first one, my
Okay.
debut.
The Betrayal is
Um,
published right now.
yes.
Okay.
Originally, I was wanting it to be a trilogy because I was like, that's sweet, that's nice, it's very well packaged. And then I got to writing book two, and I got to chapter 45 out of 51, and I was at 80,000 words
Oh, that's
already.
kind of long, yeah.
So I was like, I need to split it. So it is now a four-book series.
Okay, fine. And so it sounds like you've finished the second book now.
Yeah, second book is finished, unedited. Third book is probably about 90% complete.
Okay, that's awesome. So when does the second book release?
I am hoping that it gets released around the same time next year in October. Contract has been signed for it, so it is in production to get made.
Oh, fun. That's so fun. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's just a monumental achievement to write a book, but then have it published and out in the world is really fun to see.
Oh yeah.
How long did you work on the first book, or how did the premise come to you?
So those are two separate
Oh
issues
yeah.
because it took me probably about a week to write it because I got stressed. But the actual idea for the book came to me in a dream after we had read 1984 in a high school.
Oh, okay.
I had a dream about this authoritarian dictator controlling and hiding magic, and I went, that would be a good story.
That's very cool. And but you wrote this whole book in a week. That
Yes.
is
So
amazing.
I'd sent over four chapters to David Hancock, the founder of Morgan James Publishing. And I was just asking for advice, like, hey, what do you think? Is this good from a publishing professional perspective? Is this something publishers would look at? And he sent me an email back and was like, Heather, this is great. You're doing well. This is honestly enough for me to send it to the board. And I was like, oh
Ooh.
gosh. So I panic wrote like 36 chapters within a week, knowing if I got rejected, I wasn't gonna write again.
That's probably not true, but I'll take that answer. Well, and how well edited were those four chapters that you sent?
Oh, none, not at all.
Oh my gosh, you must be a really good writer. I mean,
That's what I'm
yeah.
like starting to think, because like when I had submitted, like chapter four had one of the biggest reworks ever. When I'd submitted it, it was I think 2 pages long, and it is now like 10 to 13 pages.
Okay.
Like I was surprised now looking back on the fully completed work, how it even got accepted.
Well, obviously they liked your idea and thought that a lot of people, I mean, I'm interested in reading the book. So I thinking they liked the premise of that idea and they could see already that you knew how to form characters and a story and at least a hook line of getting people interested in the story.
Oh yeah.
And so is that the first thing you ever wrote, or have you written like short stories and other things?
So I've written a lot of short stories. I still do, and not just nearly as much. I write screenplays.
Okay.
And so that's where I really got started, is I would write a bunch of screenplays. And then when I got into college, I couldn't really use those to submit for assignments. They had to be short stories, so
Okay.
I switched over to a short story format for a little bit and while I was in college. And then The Betrayal was probably the first like book entity that I attempted to write.
That's amazing. So did you study creative writing or writing okay, you
Yes, I
did.
have a major in writing with a concentration in creative writing.
Okay. And did you always know you wanted to be in writing?
Yes, when I was in middle school, my I wanted to be a YouTuber originally, and my mom was like, "You have to write me a script, and you have to submit it to me, and I have to approve it." Of course, I was annoyed at the time, but that's when I realized I kind of fell in love with writing and that this is what I wanted to do.
Mhm. So did you write that script and submit it to her? And did she let
Oh
you
yeah,
be a YouTuber?
no.
No, she didn't let you be a YouTuber
Well,
even
she
still.
let me. It's just more of like the dream kind of died because I realized I wanted to like I was good at writing, that I
Hmm.
wanted to produce movies and TV shows, or not produce, well, write for the
Okay,
shows. I wanted to be the writer on them.
fine. And
Come up
is
with the
that what you
story.
do for a living now, or what are you doing now?
No, I am a instructional designer. I help create training programs for companies.
Oh, okay, interesting. Well, that's a lot of writing, I
Yes.
think.
Yeah, writing for a book and screenplay are currently side hustles.
Right. Okay. A lot of us start that. A lot of people start with
Yeah.
that way. So that's super fun. So what is the title of the second book?
The title of the second book is called Of Stolen Truths.
Ooh, I like that.
Yes, and um, little sneak peek, each of the titles of the book is going to form a sentence, but I'm not going to reveal what the sentence
Oh,
is.
okay. So the first is The Betrayal
The
of
betrayal.
Stolen Truths. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, there are many things that can go in there, so we won't like make an ad nauseum list. And does she have any friends along the way that kind of help her on her journey?
Yes. So in the middle of the first book, ends up saving a boy called Hunter. He eventually becomes one of the only people who she can genuinely confide in, since they are in very similar situations and they both basically have something over each other.
Oh,
Hunter
okay.
has the fact that she has betrayed her father, and
Mm.
Angelite is literally holding Hunter, a member of a previous rebellion. So they're trusting each other of the fact that neither of them would turn each other in.
Okay, because the other one could tell the other one's secrets
Yeah.
and then it'd be bad for both people.
Yeah.
Do they end up forming an actual trust or should we not know that yet?
Yes, they do end up forming genuine trust, especially once, because Hunter is a little wary at first because Angelite is the daughter of the dictator. So obviously she should be going along with him, but once he starts seeing that she is risking her life and limbs to get him like new identity, new documentation against her father, that's when he kind of starts breaking down those barriers and it's like, okay,
This is
we can
legit. I can
actually,
trust this person.
yeah.
Neat. Wow, there's so much in there. Do you know already like where their series is going and what's going to happen to all the different characters?
Oh yeah. So when I started writing, I knew that I had to have an outline because otherwise the series would never be finished, and that's not good for me who needs to end things. So I wrote an outline for the whole series. And then I went through and assigned, okay, this is going to happen in book 1, this is going to happen in book 2, this is going to happen in book 3 and 4. And then even throughout that, I took that section. I was like, okay, let me break it down even further and like planned out every chapter.
Oh, wow. That is a lot of planning. When I start writing that way, I get bored. Like if I know exactly what's going to happen, then I'm like, yeah, this is not fun for me to write anymore. So that's interesting. But there's people on both sides that do it
Oh yeah.
always. So yeah. So that's neat. That's super fun. So do we get to know who this narrator is, or would that ruin the story for us too?
Doesn't necessarily ruin the story. I was lucky enough to actually have a narrator for the audiobook ask that kind of question, and the voice is actually tailored to that character.
Ooh, okay. So this is an audiobook then?
Yes,
Already?
it is. It is
Oh,
being in
okay.
production for an audiobook. It should be released within the next few months, hopefully.
Oh, fine. Yeah. Audiobooks are my favorite. So that's how I consume
Oh, yeah.
my books these days. Well, super fun. And so the Betrayal released October of 25, correct?
Yes.
And hopefully, and now I already forgot it. Betrayal. I forgot the name of the second book.
Of Stolen Truths.
Of Stolen Truths will be out hopefully next October 2026. And the series name is The Lies We Fear. Tell everyone where we can find you and your books.
So you can find me on social media. I'm on Instagram at WriterCentral24. I'm on Facebook at Heather Ogden, or you can reach me at my website, thelieswefear.com.
Great. Well, thank you so much for being here, and I hope you'll be back to talk about the second book.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I am excited.
Me too. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Finding the Magic podcast. I'm your host, author and podcaster Tricia Copeland, and I love getting behind the scenes. If you like the podcast, make sure to subscribe and stop in each week to discover new authors and books. Thanks for listening, and until next time, keep finding the magic.